If you're vacuuming on a variable speed pump, you want to increase the flow for sure. I have it in timeout. I come over here, I'm going to increase this pump. It's not going fast enough for my taste. Take a second for it to activate. Once it activates, it's a 30-second delay. Here we go. So I'm going to go at full speed here. Try to give it more suction. That's better for vacuuming. After 3 hours, it'll go back to the regular auto mode. So far from the skimmer, I'm going to need the extra hose extension here. This is a 15-foot hose, and I have the Hayward vac connecting hose here also on this. Since the spa is so far away, I'm going to go ahead and use this extension. I'm going to use the Hayward vac connection. Connect two hoses together with this. You'll do this a lot when you do an acid wash too, to extend the hoses out, make them longer. And then there's plenty of slack to vacuum the pool. So, okay, so now I'm at the spa. I have my pole shortened. I have the extended hose there, you can see that. This one in the reach over here. You want to just lift it up and over and back down. And you want to throw some slack in. You probably want to put enough slack into the vacuum the whole thing without having to stop and pull some more hose. You can see I have plenty of hose with that 15-foot extension. I usually try to vacuum the top steps first because the water level starts to drop as you're vacuuming. You're pulling water out of the spa when you're vacuuming. So the first thing to do is get the top area before the water gets too low. And then once you vacuum the top step area, you go to the other steps. This has a really big top step. Almost like a... It's kind of useless actually. I guess you can sit there if the spa gets too hot, right? Put your feet in.
Yeah.
And then the bowl of this one is where all this stuff is actually sitting. Because gravity takes most of this down to the bowl of the spa. You'll find all your dirt mainly in the bottom part of the spa where gravity kind of takes it. So this is usually the dirtiest part of the spa right here versus the step area. Anything down here will be the dirt. We'll have a lot of dirt. Bouncing is good when you get to a corner in the spa area because usually it's a pretty tight area. But if you bounce the vacuum a little bit, kind of breaks it up and stirs it up for the vacuum. Not going to get 100%, but that looks pretty good. And then you quickly go back in. And I'm going to continue on the stairs. You may lose suction briefly, depending on the equipment. But this one here has a really good pump, really good suction. An automatic cleaner hooked up at your stop like this Pulvernugan here. I'm going to go ahead and just hook up this vac head here and then vacuum the spa with the automatic cleaner line. Here's the ProVac, the smaller vacuum head. ProVac comes with this white insert. I'm going to stick it in there. This top insert is from a Creepy Crawly. It's a Creepy Crawly elbow. I like that because the cleaner hose can hook on here and it won't fall off. If you put it directly onto this white fitting, sometimes it'll come loose while you're vacuuming. With this elbow, the hose jams on over it really well. I'll show you right now. Okay, so I'm getting the cleaner over here. I'm going to disconnect the first hose here from the cleaner. You want to grab the cleaner well because you don't want to be trying to dig it out with your pool equipment that falls in the pool. I'll take this, I'm going to submerge it in the pool. Then I'll take this over here. I'll hook it up to the top of that elbow. Make sure it's on there securely. Okay, so it should look something like this. I'll take it over to the spa. Here's where you gotta be careful. You don't want to break any tiles when you lift it over, so slowly get in there. I'm gonna feed the hose over in here. Usually they're pretty big spa. If not, I'll bring some extra cleaner hoses on my truck. And then basically you just vacuum the spa. Once the equipment starts back up again, you hear the air in there first. You vacuum the spa like this. down here, this big bowl area. Same concept with the pool. Don't put the vacuum right over the main drain, even though it's on partial suction, because the cleaner is not on full suction, obviously. The side port valve is turned partial. You can turn it full suction if you wanted to also, but normally the cleaner suction is sufficient to vacuum the spa. Bring it back over this way. Take off the hose from the back head. Of course, the elbow came off too. Take the elbow out. Submerge the cleaner. Get all the air out of it. Firmly reattach the hose, that way it won't pop off. And that's it. That's vacuuming the spa with the automatic cleaner. And you can also spot vacuum the pool this way also. Let me show you the cleaner valve so you can get an idea what I mentioned, that it wasn't on full power. Here's the valve that controls the automatic cleaner. You can actually turn it full power if you needed to vacuum to get more suction, but normally the suction that is set out is sufficient to vacuum the spa, so I don't really turn the valve. Spa, and you want to clean it without a vacuum, you can actually brush everything to the spa drain. First thing you gotta do is turn the spa suction. So I think it is this one, let me guess. One way to tell if that's activated is to check the skimmer, see if the skimmer's off. Skimmer suction is off, spa suction is on the main drain, so go ahead and brush everything to the main drain of the spa right now, Nathan. And you don't want to forget to turn it back to pool mode, so I usually do this first when I get to a stop. Also leave your car keys here, that way you can make sure you turn it back to pool section. If you leave it on spa drain, spa will drain down and start sucking air, could burn out the equipment. So I usually will do it first before I empty out the skimmer basket, that way I remember, or leave your car keys so you don't forget. So simply brushing everything towards the main drain, you can either pull it backwards like that, or forward. You can let it drain down pretty low too. Sometimes I let it drain down all the way near the bottom. That way I get all the dirt out. Especially back to pool section. That's ready to go back in pool mode. I'm going to actually drain the spa down. Spa section. Just brush that dirt right down that drain. It's over here. And I'll leave it on spa suction for a few minutes, that way it drains down and we'll get all the dirt out of here. So you can see the spa is draining down well here. You can drain it all the way down. In this particular spot, you can drain it all the way down almost to the main drain. There's a drain only on the bottom on this one. And so that's one way to effectively clean the spa, is to drain all the water out of it. Pretty effective, no?